Okay, call to order the Historic Preservation Commission for Tuesday, October 5th, 2015.
Would you like a roll call?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Commissioner Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Locke.
Here.
Commissioner Long.
Here.
Commissioner Mahoney.
Here.
Commissioner Powell. Chairman Guthrie, do you have a quorum?
Thank you. Has everyone signed up that wants to speak tonight? Okay. Do we have any public comments?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
And there's
we have a
Commissioner Powell.
commissioner. Hello, Doug.
Chairman Powell, Commissioner Powell. Here.
You got elevated.
Here. I thought I heard you.
Thank you.
We don't need to make a roll call again? Okay. Okay, has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes? Any questions, comments?
Nope.
I make a motion that be approved as written.
You were absent last meeting, so you have to take your motion from,
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Do we
I'll
have
make a motion.
who,
I'll second.
okay, hang on, I'm new here. Motion to approve. And we had Locke, and the second was Commissioner Brown. Vote
Yes, no. Yes or no?
Huh?
Yes or no?
yes to approve the minutes.
Yes.
Okay, I know you made
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
motion, but you still have to vote. Locke,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Brown, you did Mahoney?
Yes.
Okay, Bothroyd.
Yes.
Okay, we're good. Approved as written.
Sorry, I was already on to the next thing. We're still feeling the effects of the full moon, I think.
Okay, discussion and possible action regarding application number CA number 2015-20113235 concerning a request for window signage at 118 South 2nd Street. Does staff have anything to give us?
You should have a report in your packet. This is the Willis Building, I believe. The applicant plans to use a yellow and red color scheme for the sign. The sign will not occupy more than 30% of the glazed area of the window to be compliant with the ordinance. I guess it's going to be painted on the window. The applicant is here tonight to answer any specific questions that you might have.
Come on up
Hi.
and stand at the podium, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Any questions?
Are the colors going to be yellow and red?
Yes, the yellow and red that I attached to the packet, and I got
Yeah.
those off the historical,
Color chart.
yes.
The sign appears to be up, correct? Like it's.
That's a temporary sign.
Temporary?
There's none of the cigar isn't up. There's no embellishment on it or anything like
Okay.
that. It just has my name on there. So
Okay.
that just the Cuban Girl Cigar Lounge. I actually got the painter who did Stables. He's very familiar with what needs to be done.
So that would be Z.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you planning on doing any other signage?
No, not at this time.
I like it. I think it looks great. I mean, I like your temporary sign. That's why I thought it was permanent. I thought it looks good.
Yeah.
No, we need a cigar up there.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody have any questions or anything? Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Brown,
Yes.
Locke,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Mahoney,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bothroyd.
Yes.
This application is approved as submitted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When do you hope to open?
I'm open.
Are you open?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
People have been asking, so.
Yeah, I'm open. So we have a number of premium cigars, and I think it's a great addition to the historic part of town. A lot of people are excited about it, so.
Well, welcome.
So while you're
Thank you.
here, what are your hours of operation?
Okay, our hours of operation are going to be from Sunday to Thursday. We'll be open from 10 to 9. And then on Friday and Saturday, we'll be open till 11 or 12, depending on if we have some sort of music. We have a lot of local artists and bands that want to come and play, and they can play for free. All they have to do is come and set up and talk to me. So there'll be some entertainment on Friday and Saturdays while you lounge.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Thank you.
Great, awesome. Thank you.
You're open tonight?
I am.
All right, I'll be there.
I'll wait to see you. Thanks.
Okay, number 5, discussion and possible action regarding application number CA number 2015-2011-3236 concerning a request for a facade change at 210 West Harrison Avenue.
This application, Commissioners, is to put a ramp on the west side of Elks Alley store, which will be in the alley on the west side of the building. It will run parallel with the building, and it's going to have black pipe railing, gas pipe type railing, handrails on it. The ramp will be concrete with pavers. It's going to be about 10 foot long, and the applicant is here tonight to answer questions.
Okay, I think looking at a ramp in an alleyway that's not been vacated, I think this is kind of jumping ahead before we go to the city on this. I'm not really comfortable with this application, for one, because we're looking at a ramp that's going to be 4 foot wide, right? 10 foot long? that correct?
No, a little, about 40 inches wide. It has to be 36 inches clearance plus 4 inches for the railing, so about 40 inches. And there's already items along that same wall, like just a few feet from where we want the ramp, that are coming out into the alley, about 37 inches. So it's like 3 inches more into the
And
alley.
this alley's not vacated, right?
No, it is being used. It's, we're about 50 feet from the front of the building, but there's air conditioning units on both sides of the alley, and then there's even parts of the buildings that kind of jut back out into the alley, so.
And see, this is the reason why I'm not comfortable with this application. You've got the air conditioning units, plus your ramp, plus we have a trash truck that tries to get through there. I don't think there's going to be enough room unless,
The truck doesn't go back there. They actually pull the poly carts to the alley. They make people in that alley use poly carts for that reason. But again, there's like a telephone pole, and our air conditioning comes out about the same distance. We're just trying to get a handicap accessible ramp for the,
I understand. You also have bigger trucks coming in there, and the problem I've got is if the ramp got hit, you're going to have to attach that ramp to the building somehow, and it's going to damage your ramp, it's going to damage your building, and I really think that maybe we should let you go through this to the city first before we get here, is what I would like to do.
I'd just like to ask, Mr. Hankey, I know, I used to own part of the Blue Bell, and I can tell you those air conditioners do stick out at least that far, because there's 3 or 4 of them right down that alleyway. You've got a pole. Larry, are you behind the pole to the north?
yeah, I'm actually between the street and the pole, so I'm closer to the, in other words, the pole's further to the back of the alley, but we are quite a ways back in the alley. We're about 50 feet from the front of the building, and even further from the street.
Will the ramp protrude beyond the pole?
It's, in other words, it's the street side of the pole. So you basically, when you look down the alley, you will see the power pole that's there.
Right.
And where our air conditioning unit is, and then and we kind of tried to mask that so it wouldn't look bad. And then as you come towards the street, the ramp would ramp towards them there. You're supposed to try to get someone with a wheelchair into the building as efficiently as possible, if possible,
I think-
but there is a 9-inch step going into that building, so.
Yeah, sure. I think Commissioner Powell's wondering, though, the width.
Oh, the width
The
is,
width out
will it
from the
be
building,
beyond the
you're
pole?
saying about 36, 40 inches?
it's,
40
yes,
inches?
the ramp itself will be 36 inches. We need the extra 4 just to make sure we have room for the railing.
So you won't have any kind of step, otherwise, if you would slope that ramp from going north up the alley, so if a truck did back in there and that ramp was protruded out a little bit, it wouldn't affect that?
Right, correct.
I don't have a problem with it
Yeah.
then. As long as that ramp is rounded all the way around.
Oh,
You
I
know.
see what you're saying. No, because we do have to make a 9-inch climb, we have to go, and it's
Yep,
9
and
plus, so
slope
it's
that-
about a 10-foot
Can't you
ramp
slope that out?
to a landing, and we have to have a landing that's at least 60 inches. So we wanted to go out into the alley as little as possible, and any ramping would have to go a 1 to 12 ramp minimum, which that would take it 9 feet into the alley, so about to the middle of the alley.
So is the
What you're doing is going up to the north to get into the building? Or are you coming
Correct.
from the north
Correct.
to south back?
And they'd have to kind of even make a 3-point turn because they have to turn into the building and then pull it back out and go back down. So it's
So you're only going 9 inches tall, is that what you say? Or how tall is it?
9 inches up. And so the elevation climb is 9 inches, which takes 9 feet of ramp to do that. And you can go up to 30 inches with a 1 to 12, but then you have to have a landing at the top, and that has to be at least 5 feet. We're actually taking it slightly further than that just to make it easier for them, so that no matter what side they are on of the wheelchair, they're not teetering on a ramp. They're on level ground to help them get in that side door.
So Larry,
We actually placed a similar ramp made out of wood when Mumford & Sons was here because we needed ADA accessible to that. And it worked fine as far as, trucks came in and they delivered the beer and everybody went up and down the alley. It seemed to function fine. It's just that the wood was pretty sketchy. Like, it didn't last very long. Yeah.
Well,
And so we
it makes
finally
it
yanked
very-
it just because we felt it was dangerous.
Aren't you required by the railing has to be so high?
yeah, there has to be a 36-inch high railing on it. But I think for the sake of my notes here,
Yes.
we're kind of perceiving this power pole as a ballard to protect your railings.
Yes.
So my question is, yes or no?
Yes.
Do the railings, your 40-inch railings, protrude from the building beyond the power pole or within the power pole?
Beyond the power pole.
How much?
And I unfortunately didn't measure that one. I would, if I had to guess, the power pole would be about in the middle of the ramp,
Okay.
lined up with the middle of the ramp. So about 18 inches would be the center of the pole away from the building.
It appears you have an air conditioner sitting right behind that pole, isn't there? In this picture, something's sitting right.
Yeah, there is you see that kind of outhouse-looking thing, that's actually an air conditioner unit, right? And it's coming out into the alley 37 inches from the building, and our proposed ramp is 40 inches from the building.
So what is the wood thing that's built out from the side of it? Is that the door you're trying to get into? Is that?
Just closer to you is the door that we're going into. There's a doorway that's 4 feet wide, or as far as there's a 4 foot gap in the brick, and then there's a 36-inch door set into that 4 foot.
Commissioner Long, I don't think you can see the access door from your photo. The wooden structure that you're referring to is an alcove enclosure to accommodate a air conditioning unit that's wall mounted in the alley.
Yeah. And the little outdoor unit's sitting right below it. I don't think you can see it in the picture.
That's where the ramps are,
Larry,
right?
there's no trucks that circle this alley anymore, are they? Because everything's picked up behind the Victor.
Correct. And one, problem with the alley is just people can't, it's a 90-degree corner at the end of the alley. So people usually pull straight in and then back out, or they pull through the other side and back out. It's just too difficult to navigate that corner anyways.
Is there any way you could put that railing, her concern, I guess, is the railing attached to the building and it'd be damage to the building. Can't you set that in concrete and not attach it to the building?
I think so, because for sure we'll, it's only going to run the one side and then 90 back into the building, and I could set that, because I do agree with you, if a car hits it, it would pull it, yank it from the building, but you are right, if, I could sink that into the concrete, and then that way, that wouldn't be a concern. Because otherwise, it won't be attached to the building, it'll actually be sitting on the drive, the alley, so.
Okay, well, I really think that we may need to wait till it's presented to the city. I'm
Okay.
still not comfortable with this application.
The hurry was just, we had a wedding on the 9th, then we have a mother of the bride that's in a wheelchair, so.
Okay.
Throw a temporary one down there. But I think if you could give us a better picture of the back and how far out we'd be.
Okay, kind of coming from the alley, shooting at it?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I really don't, because this alley is not used hardly at all. I know
No.
for a fact,
No.
other than you and maybe some people that go down the apartments, unload at the end, and a truck unloads in the Bluebell when it's open.
Right. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I shot a straight one, but there's usually just bikes parked in the alley. So, I mean, a vehicle couldn't get through there anyway, just because it's that little of traffic that they just park their bikes in the alley. So,
So I'd recommend that you speak with Cody Mosley.
okay.
And if he thinks that the application is warranted, he'll request a revocable permit from the city council to allow you to put because that's on a city right-of-way, and all the other ramps in town have gone through
Gotcha.
the same.
And you're more what, right,
Yeah,
the structure?
it's, yeah. And then I guess what we're saying is if the council would approve the existence of the ramp, then we can
Oh,
get you
definitely.
Then we
back
can
on
do
the
that.
agenda to discuss the gas pipe rail and so forth.
And
That'd be okay.
And I understand your concerns, so that makes sense. And we make them happy, we'll make her happy, and this will take care of it for future stuff. I do know Cody's in favor of it. He helped me
Yeah.
get the paperwork into you, so, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Sorry I was kind of running late.
That's okay.
They're filming in my building and I couldn't get in, and I'm like, finally going,
Get here.
I'm coming through. Yeah, so, thank you very much.
Thank you. If you-
So you need to take action on it by
I make a motion,
tabling.
we table it until we hear further from the city.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Okay.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry, I was nodding. Again, my words have just lost me today.
So
Nodding, yes.
the motion and second is to table this item to the next meeting. And in the meantime, we may get more information as it being on the docket for the city council. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Locke,
Yes?
Commissioner Long,
Yes.
Mahoney,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bothroyd.
Yes.
This application is been tabled until the November meeting.
Okay, item number 6, discussion regarding historic preservation progress reports.
Okay. I don't have anything in my packet about that. Of course,
I
I'm
don't either.
just filling in
Anybody have any
tonight.
progress reports?
We'll just make some up.
I think we're talking about these short resume,
Oh.
because I think these
okay.
are what they're going to consider progress reports for HPC, is that correct?
I have no idea what you even have.
I don't know how many.
I don't
have
even
been-
have one, so.
Well, here, I've
you
got
were sent
extras.
Your packet, you were sent an additional Word doc for a short resume yourself to hand in, and I think that's what we're talking about, progress reports.
Why would that
I'm
matter?
assuming.
Why would that matter what they do for a living or anything else? I disagree with it totally.
I don't know, it was added to our
I think
packet, I don't
it's
know.
just a waste of time. More
Okay.
paperwork.
We'll just scratch that one, because we
Well,
don't know.
you know, if you can turn one in at some other point in time, or not if you don't want to, or email it to Cody, that'll be fine. Scan one and email it or something like that. And that's all I have on that. In Cody's notes here, I have next month, we're going to have a guest speaker regarding the Publishing Museum and the National Registry of Historic Places.
Okay.
Sounds to me like a SHPO guy.
I look forward to it.
Yep.
Okay, does any of the commissioners have any comments?
So I just got back from Mountain Plains Museums Association meeting, and our next meeting is going to be, next year's conference is going to be in Oklahoma City, and we are, several of my museum peers are on the planning committee. So we are going to propose a day trip for the conference attendees to come and spend up here in Guthrie. So that'll be in October. So the first planning meeting is next week, so we might be asking some of the locals to give tours of buildings and whatnot to our museum group.
What organization was that?
The Mountain Plains Museums Association.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
I don't have any.
Nope.
Okay,
Not
well,
this time.
how about we make a motion for an adjournment?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you.
So,